horse in the mouth. Might as well flip through it too. The merchant had inspected every suspicious looking and nothing crime. Tonight I was used to kill Mr. Faraday. Oh wait, I forgot I was getting my normal voice. I thought I'd be up to the people good news for such a cool act. And it's never crossed your mind that you would use your riding crop for the wrong purpose. Mr. Faraday's organizer appears he was in the habit of using it. Looks like he wrote his strategy for getting Mr. Rell convicted down in here. I've collected the evidence we need to prove that Rell is killed. Between the handgun Rell had on him when he was arrested and the surveillance tape, I should be able to prove that he was the one. It appears that Mr. Faraday honestly believes that Mr. Rell was the killer in the case. The sound of his handgun going off was recorded with superb clarity on the surveillance video. There's other evidence I can use to prove that Rell is not the real Yatagarasu. And it would also appear I had proof that Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu. And he apparently also had a very definitive piece of evidence. Yes, I believe that Mr. Faraday was well prepared to discredit any claim Mr. Rell may have made about being really Yatagarasu. The other way to prove that Mr. Rell was guilty of yeah. This organizer is a clue straight from Mr. Faraday. I'll take my time and give it a thorough read later. Appears to be a key. And a rather ornate one at that. Just look at the design on the handle. The craftsmanship is superb. Could this be the Yatagarasu's key Mr. Faraday mentioned in the organizer? The Yatagarasu's key? Detective Bad said something earlier. What's different about this time? 5 minutes late, just smuggling me. Send to the police. The sender was no man the one who changed confidence. Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu sent the evidence. Till now, the Yatagarasu were always publicizing drug dealers with another side. God! As I figure this new out. Mr. Faraday must have been trying to keep this secret key safe. As the prosecutor on both the Yatagarasu and smuggling cases, that's to be expected. That's odd. What is it? Mr. Faraday didn't mention anything about a knife in his organizer. That certainly is odd. The weapon that was used to kill the Cadopian embassy staff member was the gun. If that's the case, then where did the knife that was used to murder Mr. Faraday? Isn't it obvious it was brought into the courthouse by Mr. Ed? No, because it's not that easy to smuggle a weapon like that in here. Any person who enters the courthouse doors is checked thoroughly for contraband. Furthermore, the suspect was handcuffed, making it impossible for him to bring a knife as large as this inside. You need to think carefully. There's nothing related to the knife written anywhere in Mr. Faraday's organizer. However, it is a fact that this knife came from Mr. Faraday's evidence. Conversely, there's one item listed in Mr. Faraday's organizer that no one has claimed to have seen today. So how to solve this mystery? I believe I'll need to take another good look at the evidence. Actually, I do know the answer, Francesca. One of the pieces of evidence we've been holding has been hiding a secret of its own. Now, let's read this piece of evidence how the knife was brought into the courthouse.
Take that!
This Yatagarasu key Mr. Faraday mentions in his organizer. This is how the knife was brought into the courthouse. You just need to look a bit closer, Francisco, to see what I mean. Don't the collateral ornamentation of the key's handle remind you of anything? Very good. Both the Altagrassu's key in this photo and the murderous knife have this very unique design on their handles. Furthermore, even though Mr. Faraday mentions the Altagrassu's key, the only object he found at the crime scene was me. It appears that you finally caught up. And yes, I do mean to say that these two pieces are in fact one and the same. Even if that is what you believe, we should still investigate this possibility. Now then, let us examine this knife in a little more detail. It's the weapon that was used to kill Mr. Faraday. The handle and the blade itself both have beautiful designs working. Seems to be drawn to the embellishments. Too bad this is mine to give. So the weapon used to kill Mr. Faraday is actually the key the Altagrassu stole. This piece of information is more critical than anything we've learned up until now. Mr. Faraday only mentioned the key aspect of this piece of evidence in his organizer. It's possible that even he had no idea the key was hiding a knife blade inside. Even among law enforcement, this key was top secret. They're looking for someone who knew even more about the key than even Mr. Faraday. Meaning that the only person it could be is the one who sent the key in first. The great thief Altagrassu. No, not really. Especially since Mr. Faraday was absolutely convinced that Mr. Val was not the Altagrassu. Besides, as Detective Bad said earlier, the question there about what it was that sent him on the white card. I had no idea what it was. It seems like this key is truly the key to solving this case. No pun intended. I took a quick look through the documents back before the trial started. On 9th September 8th, an embassy staff member was killed in front of the embassy. The staff member died of shock due to being shot in the heart. Mackrell was brought in that night as a suspect and fully questioned, because the murder weapon was found on him, for which he was arrested on the spot. Simpleton on man, that's what he was. Perhaps he was, for the weapon wasn't the only incriminating evidence we had. Mr. Val was caught in the act on film by a security camera. The Cadopian Embassy's security system is supposedly very well designed. Simply not been aware that there was a camera in the area. Yes, the surveillance video the security camera took was played during the trial by Mr. Faraday. You can clearly identify Mr. Val on it. Even the sound of the gunshot was crystal clear. This gun was originally used to kill the Cadopian Embassy staff member. When the crime was reported, the responding police found Mr. Val still holding it, which led to his immediate arrest. That's odd. I'm sure one piece of evidence. The piece that's missing is the surveillance video that was played before. The video showing the moment in which Mr. Vale committed the murder. Where could it have gone indeed? Are you done with your inspection of the evidence? Yes, I'm finished. However, Your Honour, I am missing a single piece of prosecutorial evidence. Your Honour, will you derelict your duties? What? No, I dare not neglect my duties. What do you take me for? No, Your Honour. The most important piece of evidence in today's trial, the surveillance video, is not amongst the evidence you laid out for me. What had brought Mr. Faraday so back with me from the crime scene? Maybe the tape is still somewhere at the crime scene? There's something wrong here. Something about this missing piece of evidence. It would appear that for me to find the answers I seek, I have to pay no visit to the scene of crime, defendant lobby number 2. Oh, look who it is. That's Detective Bad, but who is he with? No, not here. And confused. So you're the woman in the show. Prosecutors as usually allowed. How dare you? Just who do you think you are? What was that all about? And who was that man just now? Does he even know that we're standing right here behind him? Are you standing right behind me? What do you want? Looks like you're paying attention after all. Of course I was. I used to knock my head. Ah. So that mirror isn't planned. For him to keep an eye on who or what is behind him at all times. So tell me, Detective Bad, who was that rude man just now? The guy who came here. Probably couldn't think fast. Agent there. He's trying everything he can to revive the lost honor of his family. He's traveling the world. People think by visiting various police departments around the world, there's a lot of dedication. Still used to be caught, I say strong, some suffering, the guys are useful to nation. Even if he's well, he sure had a lot of goods to come to this country and give prosecutors a hard time. I agree, however I can think of one young lady who that statement also applies to. Anyway, what was that agent looking for, Detective Bad? Earlier, that little girl was poking around in lobby number 1 as well. Like I said before, it's got nothing to do with the two of you. Don't mind, but I make him sound mancunian. I highly doubt that has nothing to do with me. Fine, this is the game I must play. No one takes this opportunity to draw out what he's been hiding and what happened in this landscape from him. Earlier, you were in lobby number 1, and now you're here in lobby number 2. You're quite a busy man, Detective Bad. Multiple returns to crime scene brings about success. That's what we detectives always say. I see. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I asked about what happened again, correct? Don't have anything left to say to you, boy. Boy, we'll see. I will draw my answer from you one way or another. Dear Faraday's notebook. The judge earlier. That's open enough, don't you think? Please, we are asking you for just a bit more of your cooperation. Don't push me, kid. I'd like to ask once again about what happened around here at the time of the crime. I refuse to answer. Any more investigating you do would be a waste of time. Besides, how am I supposed to answer questions about things I don't know about? Things you don't know about, but aren't you supposed to know everything? He should. Wait, is it possible? Maybe he doesn't know about the trick behind that piece of evidence. He tried showing it to me. Maybe through the key to get his answer from the defective bad. Detective Bad, did you know of the existence of this item in this photograph? Of course I did. But John knew everything related to the Yatagrasu case. In that case, let me ask you something. Do you know that the knife that killed Mr. Faraday and this Yatagrasu's key are one and the same? What? That's impossible. Looks like he didn't know after all. This piece of evidence, which we call the Yatagrasu's key, is actually a well-camouflaged knife. Mr. Faraday was planning to use this Yatagrasu's key to prove that Mr. Bell was not the real Yatagrasu. Isn't that correct? Guess so. However, Mr. Faraday had no idea that it was, in fact, a knife. Yeah, I absolutely knew what I was doing. Now you missed something as big as this. I noticed not since a little while ago you appeared to be searching for something. I presume that this key is what you were searching for? Yeah, that's right. Why were you searching for it? Because I found Faraday. I promised to protect that key with my life. But after he was killed, the key disappeared from Faraday's evidence. We would have thought that the key is what took Faraday's life. Detective Bat. So having me find the truth, please testify from me once more. Okay. But it don't matter how many times I tell you. Nothing will change. Detective Bat. I ask that you please testify once more about what happened in lobby number 2 and what you experienced in lobby number 1. My answer is still the same. This is the last time I'm going to do this. That's fine, because I only use one last time to clear everything up. And find the truth behind this case. Hour in lobby number 1. Talking to you. But talking about some trivial things. There's the gunshot, right for the child's bed. Right, you and I immediately dashed down the hallway together. So gumshoe goofing around there and tell me everything too. Sounds like the exact same story you told us before. Indeed. However, I feel that we have yet to draw out all the information that we can. Why did Miss Yu choose lobby number 1? Answer me. Who knows? She just said that she had something she wanted to talk to me about. We walked in lobby number 1 together. So his answer remains the same as before, I see. Hold it! I was hoping you could expand on what exactly you were discussing with Miss Yu. Trivial stuff. That's for me to decide. Alright, I suppose that's for him to decide. Moving on then. And the gunshot right before the child's back. Hold it! Until you heard the gunshot, did you notice anything else that was out of the ordinary? Did there any other strange sounds? That gunshot. The gunshot Detective Bad heard was really the one from the murder. That would give out other piece of evidence and entirely different things. Now it's presto.
Objection!
Detective Badge, does this balloon fragment remind you of anything? Same color as the one Kay was holding. Yeah, I was sitting with her in the gallery. Decided that since he's got a fag, I might give him a smoker voice. During the recess, just before he split up, I filled that balloon up for her. Well, as you may have only surmised, this piece did indeed come from Kay's balloon. So, what about the balloon? Wonder if you might remember hearing this balloon pop at some point? What are you getting at? This fragment was found in the hallway right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, there's a sound of this balloon popping that the judge mistook as a gunshot. Oh, so the sound that the judge heard was not actually a gunshot, huh? If you're in lobby number 1 at that time, you were close enough that you should have heard the balloon popping as well. So? Don't give me a so. You just proved that there is a flaw in your testimony. The cracking of the truth is louder than the sound of your sweet knife-take cracking. Since you kids don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something. Do you ever stop to think why the doors and walls of this place seem so rugged? That's because they were designed to keep secrets from being leaked. Soundproofed. You mean? Since I was shut up inside lobby number 1, there was no way I could have heard that sound. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's also why it's only natural that I didn't hear the balloon popping. Now do you get it, kids? Yeah, other way round? It's not possible to hear the sound of a balloon popping if one were in lobby number 1. However, if we examine the situation in reverse... A person standing in the hallway should not be able to hear the real gunshot either. And yet Detective Gumshoe claims to have heard it while he was standing in the hallway. Detective Bad, if that is the case, how exactly did you hear the gunshot? What do you mean, how? I just did. It's clear that you have yet to realise the contradiction in your words. Oh, how so? Those are sound proof as you say they are, and how did it sound the gunshot into your ears? I see what you mean. I guess I'm more out of it from Faraday's murder than I thought. You think what exactly, Miles? In the end, what does it all boil down to? Boils down to this. It must be me. As to how Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard a gunshot, they theoretically think. Looks like we need to examine the state of the crime scene then. State of the crime scene. Wait, yippee! That ultra strong perfume you wears. He spilled some of it. Simply not possible for the killer to escape through barred windows. And yet, the fragrance of the perfume managed to escape from defendant lobby number 1. Of course, in corporal fangs, things can move freely through these open barred windows. Now then, what else besides the smell can go both in and out of an open barred window? The answer is sound. So no matter how careful the killer was, the windows were open, the jig would be open. Since the windows in both defendant lobby number 1 and the hallway were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard in both locations. The missing piece of evidence is a video. That shows the moment in which Mr. Vell killed the embassy staff. The sound of the gunshot left quite an impression on me when it was played during the trial. The video should have been returned to Mr. Faraday's evidence bag for recess. Brought back here. Disappeared after a time, and it's possible that the tape is still here in this room. Eureka! The evidence that the missing evidence is created from. The gunshot sound no one should be able to hear in the first place. Not a waste of time to think, try and figure out where we should look. While you kids have fun, go ahead and examine what I've given you.
You're talking to me?
Yeah, I'm sick with that voice. The window is wide open. Is the fresh scent of flowers being blown in from the outside? I think it... do. Windows in both lobby number 1 and number 2 are open. Maybe they were trying to air out the room just like in lobby number 1? Oh wait, that was... both of those were from Francisco. With Mr. Faraday and Mr. Vell in the same room, I imagine the latter to be the case. Was there really need to open the window just for that? Earlier, when Detective Gumshoe touched Miss, made the most terrible rap. Actually, good think of it. Something Detective Gumshoe actually touched instead of leaving all. Furthermore, it seemed more like when the video feed suddenly stops. At least it did to me. It's a video player, and there seems to be a videotape inside. Detective Bad, would it be alright with you if I verified the contents of this video? Sure, knock yourself out.
Knock yourself out. If I remember correctly, the footage of Rel killing the embassy staff member should be at about the 30-minute mark from the start of the tape.
Understood. That should be about right. Now then, let's see. Is this the footage of Mr. Vell shooting the embassy staff member? I knew it. The missing piece of evidence, the surveillance video, was here all along.
This sound, what's the meaning of this?
It appears that Detective Bad has figured out the true source of the gunshot you heard. With this, I think we can figure out the trick behind this double murder. Do you mean that you figured it all out for me? Yes, all I have to do now. Is show what the gunshot detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard. And very where they heard it from.
Eureka!
If the door windows to the crime scene, namely the room in, were closed, the killer could have used a gun and no one would have been the wiser. However, what happened in reality was Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bad and Miss Yu, all three of them heard the gunshot. But then why would the criminal open the window in the first place? Correct. That's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this. Very well. I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of a certain fact. And they used a gunshot in the surveillance video to do so. So that's why the tape was left running.
You mean the gunshot I heard was from this video?
Yes, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought. Must have been during recess, but before Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty. So he has no alibi for that time period. He planned this crime. The person's real killer. Investigation complete. Health regenerate. Nice!
Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, what is it?
Miss Yu is asking for you.
She's in the courtroom. She says that she's identified the murderer, but that she wants to clarify. Understood. Please tell her I'll be right over.
I'll come along. I want to hear what she has to say.
It appears that the time has come to uncover the truth. To be continued. September 10th, 6:15 p.m. District Court, Courtroom number 3. Okay, what are you doing here? But the object you're looking for has already...
Okay, don't mind him. Please continue your investigation.
Detective Bad, haven't we already found what you were looking for?
It means I can keep her in the dark just a little longer. Any little task will do.
I've also been waiting for the moment in which we can finally lay this to rest.
I have a duty to see this case through to the end. No matter how it turns out.
Oh, is that right? Anyway, I thought you might like to hear what I was slipping away. And that's all you have? Sorry, but I evicted it. In a trial, there is always time for rebuttal, and we are standing in a court of law. It would be more than appropriate to follow the rules of the court in this case, don't you think? If my logic is correct, then only one. I can now prove it by showing who the real killer is. But of course, there's no need to confront her logic head on right now. Instead, focus on drawing out any trump cards she has under her sleeve. Oh yeah, she's a lawyer, so you'd expect so.
Hold it!
The suspect. By far the Detective Gumshoe's alibi had even proven. I assure you, this is no joke. Yes, that is correct. Since you've done research well, means I should focus on drawing out whatever trump card she's withholding.
Hold it!
Whether they have been thoroughly investigated or not is for me to decide. Isn't it also possible that someone escaped through a window and into the garden?
Yeah, there wasn't a scrap of evidence to suggest someone used one of the windows. There also weren't any footprints or anything in the courtyard garden.
So they really did check everything that could be relevant to the case.
Hold it!
Are you absolutely positive that there are no possible routes to escape? And why are you so certain?
Hold it!
You may think it's unshakable, but to me there are still too many unanswered questions. For example, who was it that placed the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand? Not about allowed to get a rise on me with such a flippant statement. You said earlier that you confirmed the alibis of every person other than the suspect. However, I don't recall either Franziska or myself speaking with you about the subject. I see. So basically the only reason Franziska bothered to show up today was because she found out that I was the replacement prosecutor. By the way, Miss Yu, what about everyone's alibis before Detective Gumshoe was assigned to guard duty? Have you looked into what people were doing during that span of time? Yes, let's talk about when you and Detective Bad heard that gunshot, shall we? Suppose I have to go by your logic, then Detective Gumshoe is the only one. However, what if the crime had occurred at an entirely different time than when that gunshot you heard went off? What then? That gunshot was a trap meant to manipulate our detective. The crime took place.
Take that!
Yes, it's exactly what you think it is. This is the surveillance tape of Mr. Vell, the prosecution, presented in today's trial. This was found loaded in the video player in lobby number 2. That was connected to a large television that had its volume turned all the way up. But I do, which leads me to my next point. The murders occurred much earlier than when anyone heard the gunshot.
That's the only thing I can think of too.
They're committing double homicide. The killer took the surveillance video out from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag, turned the television's volume all the way up, and left the video to play. If played from the beginning, it would take 30 minutes for the gunshot sound to come on. Since we now know that this method of time manipulation is possible, it opens up the possibility that the killer is someone other than Detective Gumshoe. Yes, of course. We know about the soundproof quality of this courthouse's rooms. Of course, we know about it, maybe we had no idea until a while ago. But it's not. There is, actually, one common point between lobby number 1 and lobby number 2. And it is that, despite the fact that both rooms have air conditioners installed, a window was open in each. Now, we know that the window in lobby number 2 was opened by the killer. However, a window in lobby number 1 was also...
Objection!
There's no mere coincidence, I assure you. Why was the window open in lobby number 1? The answer to that... The answer to that since person did something that caused the window to be open, and the person is taking that action.
Take that!
Miss Callisto Yu, I hereby formally indict you of the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Vell. I don't understand her motive just yet. Well, of course I'm serious, because she is the only one who could have done it. Well, Miss Yu, do you still feel like laughing now? My argument must not be tight enough yet. Now is presto. This is where it really starts. Once I let my guard down for even a second, or the truth will blow away. Now is the time to put the patented Von Karma perfect proof to the test.
Hold it!
Evidence? All I need to do is have some prints analysed and we know straight away. It sounds as though she has the room to do. There's room to manoeuvre, which means even if we were able to lift the print, we only show that it was someone else, but why not someone else was forced to open the window? That's simple logic. We must have everything in that piece of evidence. Yes, I'll be fine. I'm sure you've seen this before, haven't you, Miss Yu? This isn't mine. Miss Yu, you can pretend all you like, but we know at least this much for sure. That you are the one who gave this bottle of perfume to Detective Bat. While you were in lobby number 1, you made a big show of spilling some of this perfume. That's according to Detective Bat. You also knew that if you spilled it, you would naturally move to open the window.
Objection!
The timing of when you were going to spill the perfume is something you could control. The most important fact about the case is when people made to hit a shot. Furthermore, it would have been pointless if you didn't have an alibi for yourself.
You mean?
Miss you were the one who called Detective Bad in the lobby number 1 when you saw him bring Detective Gumshoe into the hallway. Is that correct? All of today's premeditated events could only have been thought up by you, Miss you. Would you care to testify as to why? Yes, but no matter what sort of trick she may try to pull, she won't escape me.
Objection! Hold it!
I think Ollie explained the significance of that earlier. So, do you like? As for me, I believe that you are the true culprit in this case.
Hold it!
I formally request that you desist in your attack against my mentor.
How dare you? Calm down now, girl. Don't let her get to you.
Hold it!
And why exactly could you not have killed him? Your preferences have no bearing on what is.
Objection!
Objection! Hold it!
At this rate, she will inevitably escape. If she really was the one who killed Mr. Faraday, he should have known about the existence of the knife. I'm sorry, Miss Yu. Maybe you weren't aware. However, the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday was taken from this evidence bag. Well, I suppose that's because the evidence was something Mr. Faraday had yet to use. Never intended to do such a thing. It was all a misunderstanding on my part. In any case, I wonder if you might append what you just said to your testimony.
Objection!
Miss Yu, I wonder if you might take a look at this photo for me. This is a picture of the key the Yatagarasu sent to the police. However, while it may look like a key at first glance, it in fact has a secret ability to transform into a knife, which means that what was inside Mr. Faraday's bag was both the Yatagarasu's key and the murderous knife. You knew that the key was inside Mr. Faraday's bag, did you not? Well, with the Yatagarasu's key alone, it's more than possible to kill Mr. Faraday. Do you understand now? Just knowing of the existence of the evidence. You would, even now, still feign ignorance? Don't you dare sell your good name on mental. Now take a good look. This piece of evidence is more than real. Are you satisfied now? But of course you knew from the very beginning, didn't you? You knew that knife and the Yatagarasu's key are one and the same. Otherwise, someone like you, who isn't a member of law enforcement and who would never have been privy to this trick, would have never known its barrier to begin with. Furthermore, for something that the Yatagarasu sent to the police, how did you have knowledge as to what it was?
Objection!
What you're saying is simply not possible. Because Mr. Faraday himself didn't know about the hidden knife within the key. But within these pages, he mentions nothing about the knife.
Objection!
Unfortunately, that is also impossible, because Detective Bad didn't know about the knife aspect either. What would have been highly classified information, even within the police force, and it's something that even the lead detective on the case didn't know. Why Mr. Faraday felt the need to share such information with the opposition? How can you laugh at a time like this? I suppose you're right. Just you, I'd like to state that I also know how you know the real nature of the knife. Oh, I will, and I'll wipe that smile off your face by the time we're through. This is it, the moment of truth, the secret behind the Yatagarasu's key. Only one person would have had knowledge of it from the get-go. He would know from the start that the Yatagarasu key could change into a knife.
Take that!
Nope. The Yatagarasu.
Take that!
There is only one person who would have known about the dual nature of the key. And that is the person who sent the Yatagarasu's key to the police. That is to say, the Yatagarasu herself. Listen, you used Mr. Rao to lure Mr. Faraday into a trap, didn't you? You profess to bear a grudge against criminals. Why? Why do something like this? Who would have thought that you, stupid lucky prosecutor, would see you?
You killed Faraday? Why? Answer me, Callisto, you.
But didn't you say that you despise criminals?
You! Have you forgotten about the KG-8 incident too?
So then, was it your plan to kill Mr. Faraday with the very evidence that you sent?
How could you kill him?
But if you killed Mr. Faraday first, there was no reason for you to kill Mr. Rell as well. And the trick of the surveillance tape. You had a defense attorney on you. How could you betray a client?
It can't be. You. Be quiet, you!
You mean the keywords of your target?
You two, get down! You!
Are you alright, Francisca? Her voice is shaking. Well, it looks like she's unharmed. There you go. That's a gunshot. September 10th, 7 PM. District Court, Courtroom number 3.
Sorry, but it looks like she got away. Call the precinct. They should have a perimeter set up soon.
Detective Bad, are you alright? Heard a gunshot. May say he's fine, but he looks quite shaken. I'm absolutely fine. I'm also alright, thanks to Kay. I don't know, she just sort of disappeared.
I'll go look for her. Oh, and, hey, Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir. Detective Bad, sir.
I'm sorry I doubted you.
Don't worry, sir, it's not your fault. Well, how do you guys do it?
Right about what happened? Okay. Lying while giving testimony is still unforgivable. But in this case, you're protecting Kay and her feelings. Looks like you just might have what it takes to be a real detective. Now don't you ever lose that detective spirit, okay?
You got it, Pops. Way to single-handedly destroy the cheery atmosphere with one snarky comment.
I should get back to the investigation. I swear I'll catch you if it's the last thing I'll do.
Be careful, Detective Bad, and take care.
Well, I'm off. Maybe we'll run into each other again someday.
So thanks a bunch, pal. You're the best. You really did find out the truth behind everything. Yes, well, I'm glad we solved everything before you were taken to prison. So gonna have to dock your pay now.
I can't believe how much trouble I caused you with my testimony, Detective Gumshoe.
That was no problem, sir, really. I mean, all I do is I didn't have anything. It's really not your fault, Your Honor. Well, even if we didn't have his honest testimony. Yeah, I can't believe I was about to get fired during my first week as a detective. Well, so long as you're not fired, you should work hard, give all that you have, and perform your duties well. Oh, and one more thing. They left a present for you with me. You did? Or was it? Or was it that Kay left for me, the proof of their friendship?
Take that!
It's a courthouse special Swiss roll. Can't really have it. Yes, it's a present meant for you after all. Thanks a bunch. You have no idea how happy this makes me, pal. Come doing this right now. Sure, go ahead. Swiss rolls to take a Gumshoe and K-Bond together. While the one Kay saved never reached her father, it would appear that her sentiments have touched the heart of this detective. Well, I was asked by Kay to give it to him.
Oh, that was good, pal. Can't believe I got to do one of these delicious things in one day. It's like I'm in Swiss roll paradise or something. Got a thank Kay myself. Hey, wait, where is she?
You only noticed just now? His mind not present when we discussed her earlier. Detective Bad left to go search for her earlier. Maybe you should go join him?
Yeah, you betcha, pal. I'm gonna go help him. Oh, but first, you know what, pal? Actually, I guess I shouldn't be so rude to you anymore, huh? Gonna stick right by your side from now on, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Even if I cause you no end of headaches.
I sense nothing but a most troublesome relationship from that honest statement. Agreed. Well, I'm afraid we must be going now, Detective.
Roger, son. Don't you worry. I'll investigate the next case for Millibur.
I'll be counting on you. So trouble is definitely in the air. And just like a bad dream, my first outing at court came to a disturbing end. A few months later, I was finally able to properly stand in court as a prosecutor. But the detective in charge of the investigation was, as I dreaded, Detective Gumshoe. And out he became my direct subordinate. Tried, but words failed to describe the immeasurable suffering he has caused me. But I suppose that's just how things are. As for the little girl who suddenly disappeared, she's now... So, do you remember now? Yes, I remember everything. Okay, it's been a while.
Okay, you should grow up a lot. You know, I was really worried about you after all that. Where have you been all this time? Oh, is that what happened? Well, I'm just glad you're alright.
Hold it!
Actually, there are still a number of things that don't make sense, Kay.
Huh?
First of all, why did you come all this way to see me? And second, why are you calling yourself the Yatagarasu? The Yatagarasu is Callisto Yu, the woman who killed your father.
Mr. Faraday was the other Garasu?
That's impossible. What's from that look? You don't think me? It wasn't just the expression on her face. I clearly said it was impossible just now. It's a way of disarming any security system of the user's choosing. Yep, that's little thief. Truth be told, this is the Alcatraz base secret.
Wow, Mr. Faraday wasn't just a great prosecutor, he was really a great thief, huh?
Yeah, my father worked really hard to tell the truth. Someone other than you? Yatagarasu sent the embassy a calling card? The Yatagarasu did send the white card along with anything to publicize. That's what Detective Bad told me some years ago for friendly service. When? Son caught for first trial, so that was... Yeah, 7 years ago. And that was near phase first trial as well. Defetary Falls. Okay. Go, you're so honourable. Don't care what anyone else thinks, I'll always be here to cheer you on, pal. Even if you are honourable, a thief is a thief. If you're plotting to commit a crime, then I'm afraid I can't be complicit. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, you guys are not making it easy for me. Who am I supposed to support now? That evil woman. You mean Callisto, you? Come to think of it, I do believe I did. Huh? Only what? Mr. You made her escape, it was you who saved her. Furthermore, you helped me with the investigation today. That so ruinously favours on your plate. Yes? That case has been weighing down my soul ever since that fateful day. Perhaps the time has come to settle things once and for all. If you don't intend to sully your hands next time, then I believe I can help you. Yay, Miss Edgeworth, sir! The good cake! Even though he had completely forgotten about her until just now. What is with their chummy relationship? Sorry, I've forgotten how to speak in 7 years. The great thief Yatagarasu. For all that time, the true identity of the thief sank back into the darkness. Byrne Faraday, Callisto U, and Kay Faraday. The phantasmagorically changing identity of the great thief Yatagarasu. And the Yatagarasu's real girl. It would all come to light the day after I made that promise to Kay. Episode 5, Turn of the Blaze. Two cards, one of the Black Raven and one of the White Raven. A country totaling 2, one to the west and one to the east. Who knows which was built and made whole again? The truth will reveal itself. Kirsten Yatagarasu. Okay, you... 8 hours earlier. March 14th, 10:17 AM. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. So nice, almost dreamlike to finally have the chance to relax and sip some tea. Especially after what a whirlwind the past few days has been. My return flight was dragged into a case involving an Interpol agent's murder. The next day I investigated a kidnapping and a murder at Gatewater Land theme park. Later that night, a detective's dead body welcomed me back to my office. Along with a thief who was out to pilfer files related to a case from 10 years ago. I managed to find myself in the middle of so many cases back to back. At least I have today. My ask is that I be allowed to spend it quietly. And suddenly, the phrase, the fragility of dreams, comes to mind. Well, if you must know, it's possible that was paid a visit last night by your fate. Unfortunately for us, the thief managed to escape. But even now, we're still looking for this criminal. However, I must warn you that we've only had a few hours to search so far, so I must insist that you be patient on this one, Kay. Oh, and that is? On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. It's quite a bold declaration to send to an embassy. I suppose it was inevitable that the newspaper would catch wind of this. I suppose it is quite an urgent matter. However, do you know which country's embassy we should be investigating? I'm not Kay, you're just too wound up. You mean Miss Yu? The woman who killed Kay's father, Bern Faraday, 7 years ago. Mr. Yu. She claims to be the great thief Yatagarasu, and then disappeared from the courtroom. Yatagarasu's card that's shown in this article. Looks to me as though it could be genuine. Wait, there are a few preparations I must make before we go. Something interesting about this card we found last night in my office. A different colour than one in the article, which makes me wonder why. No, there is not all. Very well, seeing as how Miss Yu is also somewhat of a special nature to me, I agree there is some merit to be found in investigating this. March 14th, 5 PM. Viatrum Neutralis. That's why you want me to go. And this motel begins. What a coincidence. Who would have thought that to steal a samurai stage show would ever be held at such an elegant theatre inside a foreign embassy. I suppose it really is more impactful to watch a show in person than on television. Well, as you said yourself, this place and the countries it houses are very special. Yeah, so there was some